Hello and welcome to Video Revealed. I'm Colin Smith and this is your place for professional video production techniques. The subject of this reveal, something fun, put animated handwriting in your next video. All right, we've all seen this kind of effect done before, and it can be done quite tastefully if done correctly. But I want to show you two ways to do this. First of all, we're going to be using the write-on effect. Now, the write-on effect is in After Effects, but it's also in Premiere Pro. But it's really old and really slow in Premiere Pro. So my first thought was, hey, what I used to have to render in After Effects, maybe I can do that in real time. Believe it or not, it's faster to do it in After Effects and bring it in as a dynamic link in Premiere Pro than it is to do it in Premiere Pro. And then I'll show you how to do it. Let's go have a look. So here's the effect I want. You'll see the word success written on the screen. Very simple, from one letter at a time. Now this is an After Effects comp, which we'll go and look at in a second, but have a look at, and you can see, look at how fast this is playing back. Boom, playing back just like that. This is a native title. If I double click on this, this is a title element in Premiere Pro. We're in Premiere Pro. And I've applied the write-on effect to that title. Now watch this. I just moved my playhead. It still hasn't even drawn that frame. I'm still waiting for that frame to draw. Still waiting. Still waiting. Come on. There we go. It finally drew that frame. You can see beginning of the letter S. And then I'm going to move ahead, just going to hit play, and you can see it's not even caught up yet. I'm still waiting for that to catch up. Come on. Come on. Still there. Oh my goodness. And if we go a little further, you see it takes that long for that write-on effect. And it's really influenced by the brush size. And the brush size maxes out at 50 pixels. So bottom line is, write-on effect in Premiere Pro is a very old-ass 32-bit effect that hasn't been updated forever. Get rid of it. Let's do this all in After Effects. So I'll delete that out of here and take the video, right-click, and choose Replace with After Effects Comp. And that's what I've done with this one. So I'm going to jump over to After Effects and we're going to show you how we create this. So we're in After Effects and this is my write-on effect. Pretty simple. You can see the keyframes there. I'm going to get rid of this effect, so delete that effect. We've got two elements here. We've got the video we brought in and then text we brought in. The titles in Premiere Pro are not compatible with After Effects, so I could bring the video in, but the type has to be recreated. And just using the type tool up in the top, click on it, drag that, and then rotate that a little bit. So that is my text. And then I add the write-on effect to the text. It shows up over here in the effects controls. And by default, we're going to be changing the brush position. By default, it says paint style on original. We actually want to reveal the original image. And when we do that, it disappears. And if you move the little point of where the brush is, and right now the brush size is pretty small, but if we bring that brush size up and go over the characters, we'll reveal the original image. So an easy way to find that original image is just to go to the original image and then start right there. So we're going to start at the tip of the letter S and we're going to reveal the original image and change the brush size. We'll make this quite a bit larger. So now you can see there's our brush size, and as we move it, we're going to be revealing that character. What we have to do is add keyframes. If you forget to add keyframes, it's going to reveal what's under the brush only while the brush is there and erase after it goes. So we need to set our first keyframe for the reveal. And we can do that up here by clicking there. Once you have that added, if you just tap the U key for brush position, and actually I should probably start this over here. So let me move my keyframe over here. So there's my first keyframe, and I want to move this ahead. And for me, I'm just going to hit the page down key 2 times to give me, that's the way that After Effects moves ahead 2 frames. And I'm just going to grab this and move it over to there. 2 frames, 2 frames, 2 frames, 2 frames. And you can see it's adding the keyframes. And because it's adding the keyframes, it's revealing, oh. See how I'm getting my next character there? I need to be a little bit careful how far this is going over. So 2 frames, 2 frames, and now every single time it's going over there. So we have to bring this over to the top of the U in the next keyframe. So let's go ahead, jump over to here, 2 down, 2 down, 2 down. I think you get the idea. And you, and I probably have a brush size that's a little bit too big for some of this. And you can see how I'm getting a little bit of those characters in here. But you can really just paint this around the screen and start to expose as much as you want. If you had really complex characters in here, you could actually be doing this with several pieces of the type. So if I found that type required a little bit more in pieces, so a certain part of a letter and another part of a letter and another part of a letter, then I could do that. I'm being a little sloppy here. So now here is one case where I might want to go over to the beginning of the letter S over to here. So if I quickly just grab a couple more keyframes, so it actually jumped from here all the way over to there, so I didn't, so I'm going to avoid this if I was paying more attention. So let's go back to have a look at this. I hit play, and you can see it paints those characters on the screen. And just to show you a couple of other choices, while it's painting, you can also set the overall brush hardness. So if I wanted that hard or I wanted that very, very soft, you can see it blurring on there, a little bit smoother. And again, the brush size, because I didn't change the brush size, or didn't add a keyframe to the brush size, changing the brush size here is going to change it for the whole thing. If you really have to get into those little areas, you might need to go in and tweak that. Bottom line is, it's way faster in here in After Effects. I missed a bit of that S, but let's jump back over to Premiere Pro through Dynamic Link. Even though it's now starting to render that through Dynamic Link, it's still faster than the write-on effect inside using Premiere Pro. So, pretty cool effect. We see this used all the time, better than just a straight wipe in there or painting it on. You could also use this for a character. I'm using this for text, but if you've got the person cut out of the background, you could actually paint their face in. And instead of the strokes following the letter, they just begin to go up and down, so you're painting my face in. So the write-on effect, you can have a lot of fun with this. It's still used today. Some people might poo-poo it as being, you know, kind of an old effect. It's still useful. I think you see it in advertising all the time. It's cool when it's done tastefully. And remember, do it in After Effects through Dynamic Link. Forget the write-on in Premiere Pro. Well, hopefully you found this informative. If you have, then please click on the subscribe button to Video Revealed. If you're not already an Adobe Creative Cloud user, then there's a URL in the description for you to get your free 30-day trial. Till next time, I'm Colin Smith. It's my job to get you looking your best.